This video is made differently this time. So, my family and I went to Disney for a vacation, and I was like 9 years old at the time, which was 3 years ago or something. And everything started going smoothly. We were riding on a bunch of rides because that's what you're supposed to do in Disney. Until it got to this one ride that got really weird. It was a ride of one of Disney's classical movies, which was The Little Mermaid. We were all in line waiting to get to the ride until, of course, eventually we did. And my sister and I decided that we would go in one of the seashell clam thingies together. We all hopped in one of the clams, and the ride was going okay. It was all smooth. Ariel was singing her classic song, Part of That World, until we got to this one part where Sebastian was sitting above us on a shell, and he was singing Under the Sea, which is also one of the classical songs. And then the ride just stopped. And I was like, oh, well, this is normal in some of the rides. Until like freaking 30 minutes later, I was like, this is kind of weird. Uh, is the ride gonna start? I was starting to get a little worried. While Sebastian was just saying, oh, it's probably the sea witch. And then, next to us, a baby just hopped out of the cart and started running. No, I'm just kidding. That actually never happened. So I looked at my sister and I said, hey, what's going on? And then she said, well, it's just one of those things where they accidentally hold too many carts at a time. Sebastian just kept on going with his, oh, it's probably the evil sea witch. And then the ride just started actually going normally again. But I was legit thinking of jumping out of the cart and running to one of the emergency exit doors that they had. But in the end, it was all okay. It was a ride of Disney's classical movies, which was. It was a ride of. Okay. It was a ride of one of Disney's classical movies, The Little Mermaid.
Hi people, I'm ThunderRock, and apparently I'm on Ambiv's channel, and we're doing story time, so I guess let's get right into the video. So when I went to Kansas, maybe about, 3 years ago,
Which was 3 years ago or something.
I went to Alex's house, and it was actually fun. They were holding a big giant party with all of our family members because someone just died, but it was fun. So we decided to do something crazy. Alex and I, well, my mom bought this spray can to dye our hair, and it was teal. So, of course, Alex went first while I just stood there for, a while. And then just stood there and looked at a painting, and then, until I heard this, and that came from Alex, and it was funny. I mean, even though on the outside I was just standing there, on the inside I was dying. I mean, it was just hilarious. Just hear, he came out screaming, "It's cold!" And next to me, I was terrified. I was just, oh man, I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna embarrass myself because he screamed and it was cold and I was, oh my gosh. And you can't believe what happened next. I went to the sink and, I started to cool down. I thought it was going to be fine. I thought it was over-exaggerating. And I went in. It was freezing cold. You don't even know how cold it was. It was like 2 in the morning, freezing cold. And it hurt really badly. And it wasn't really funny, but, yeah. And I screamed and I went, ah! The same way that he did. And at the end, it never really even, showed up. Make sure to subscribe to me and Ambiv's channel.